15-minute mom kitchen. And what a good way to start today's masterclass than with some green tea. And the reason for this is we are going to talk today about gut for life. I'm Kripa, researcher by nature, a scientist by education, and a mom by profession, a mom of 3 incredible children. So I want to share with you today my research and learnings in the field of what I like to call a balanced life. Being a food blogger with a background in organic chemistry does put me in the spotlight to share the best information I possibly can. However, in my research, I have discovered that even the best medics and nutritionists can get it wrong. So here's to busting some of the myths from what we've learned decades back being the right way to eat, and discovering in this field of evolving science that is food, the epicenter of our lives. Gut health is a huge topic in the world of well-being and is actually relatively new. It's a new kid on the block, and lots of research is developing into incredible knowledge on the impact our gut has on our general well-being, and especially the impact it has on our brain through this gut-brain axis. Our gut microbiome, in fact, has everything to do with how we are feeling, our energy, our physical and mental health. Now, we all need good energy, and this is why I am so fascinated by everything gut related. As a mom of 3, I was on the search of what foods would give me and my family the best energy. In my quest as a busy mom, I really wanted to know, what is it that we can do to keep our gut healthy? And if the gut is one of the big culprits of everything else that happens in our body, then I needed to know urgently how to keep it healthy. During my research, one of the things that really intrigued me was what happens to the food that we put in our mouths? What happens after we put this food in our mouths? And what is the actual functionality of food within our bodies? Digestion, as you know, begins in your mouth, where you have enzymes within your mouth to start breaking down the food into smaller parts. And then the food goes down to your esophagus, then your stomach, your small intestine, and then your large intestine, which is where your gut is. The large intestine is where the magic happens. Trillions of bacteria live in your large intestine, and it has an incredible role because whatever is not digested by human enzymes, like fiber, is then sent down to your large intestine. And in doing so, the microbes produce messenger molecules that are capable of many things, such as messaging our brain to say, okay guys, I'm full, stop, enough eating, or reduce inflammation. And this is the key word, inflammation. You can't see it or feel it, but inflammation may slowly be damaging your body. Inflammation, swelling, which is part of the body's natural healing system, helps fight injury and infection. But it doesn't just happen in response to injury and illness. An inflammatory response can also occur when the immune system goes into action without an injury or infection to fight. Since there's nothing to heal, the immune system cells that naturally protect us begin to destroy healthy arteries, organs, and joints. Left unchecked, it can contribute to chronic diseases such as heart disease, blood vessel disease, diabetes, obesity, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and other conditions. On this quest, I discovered the wonderful world of our microbiome and tiny bacteria called microbes. In fact, 100 trillion of them. And microbes are all around us, in the air we breathe, in the soil, and whatever we are in contact with outside. And our own inhabitants live in the gut. Whilst only a tiny fraction of them are harmful, most are crucial to our health. Microbes are not only essential in how we digest food, but they also control calories that we absorb and provide vital enzymes and vitamins as well to keep also our immune system healthy. So the challenge is leading a busy lifestyle and having 3 children in my case is how can I apply all this knowledge in a practical way in my kitchen? What foods should I be eating to have a healthy microbiome? What can I feed my good bacteria to make sure that the rest of my body is benefiting from a healthy, very flourished gut bacteria. I want to focus this masterclass today on how can we do this in a practical way in our kitchens. What foods should we be eating? What can we do to keep our gut microbiome healthy and in check? What is it that these little bacteria need for them to thrive in their environment and thereafter benefit all other parts of our body, especially our mental well-being? So here's what our gut bacteria feeds on: fiber. So a diet high in fiber is definitely going to contribute to a healthy gut, and that's pretty easy and simple to follow through. When I say plant-based, I mean fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, and diversity. Diversity is key, so lots and lots of these. Fruits are also high in fiber as long as they're eaten as a whole and not juiced, because in the juicing process, sadly, the fiber is lost and all that's left is fructose, the fruit sugars. Even though it may sound natural, fructose in excess can be heavy on the liver and can be stored in your fat cells. The most important thing I can tell you that I do for my family and have reaped extreme benefits in terms of our energy is eating a very diverse plant-based diet. So, recommendation by incredible researchers and doctors like Dr. Tim Spector say 30 plant-based foods a week. Now that may sound like a lot, but it's not if you think about all the type of plant-based foods that exist. So we're talking about fruit, we're talking about vegetables, we're talking about herbs and spices and grains and nuts and seeds and everything that is plant-derived. So it is actually quite easy to eat 30 varieties of plant-based foods a week, and that is going to incredibly increase your gut microbiome flora. So making sure that those bacteria are fed to thrive, to grow, to increase, to multiply, so that you can reap all the benefits that they can then pass on to the rest of your body, your organs, your mental health, your well-being. Generally, everything is impacted by a good, healthy gut. Now, research has shown that things like anxiety, brain fog, depression, all these sort of symptoms can be down to a gut that is a little bit cranky, a little bit unhealthy, and needing of some love and attention. Exciting research is showing the gut-brain connection, connecting mental health with gut health. The second thing you can do for your body and for a healthy gut is taking probiotics. Probiotics, which are a certain type of friendly bacteria, provide health benefits when eaten. They're often taken as a supplement that are supposed to help colonize your gut with good microorganisms. I have my reservations in popping pills as quick fixes, so I prefer resorting to food, to real food for my probiotics. And these include fermented foods like yogurt, kombucha, sauerkraut, kefir. These are just some of my favorites. Probiotics should not be confused with prebiotics, equally important, which are carbs, often dietary fibers, that help feed the friendly bacteria already in your gut. And we've already spoken of fibers and where you can get them, so make sure you bank on those plant-based foods. Prebiotics are found in plant-based foods. Probiotics also come from foods like live cultured yogurts, fermented foods like the ones we just listed here. So fermented foods like kefir, kombucha, pickles, sauerkraut have shown to improve digestion and increase the availability of nutrients. These are filled with good bacteria. Eating fermented foods have a benefit over probiotic pills because they contain, in addition to everything, lots of other diverse species. Also, the fermentation process of bacteria and yeast on the carbohydrate component of the food, so let's say the sugar of the food, produce bioactive compounds beneficial for our body. This is what we need. Benefits of fermented probiotics is they're already partially broken down in nutrients, easier for the body to assimilate. So yogurt and kefir fermentation breaks down the lactose, which is the sugar part of the milk. And sometimes lactose intolerant people can still take yogurt and kefir for this reason only. Dr. Megan Rossi so beautifully puts it that nourishing the gut with the right foods, like dietary fiber, help our gut produce chemicals that will protect us. These chemicals are then sent off to our brain, and this is how the gut-brain axis works really well. There is now very strong research and evidence that the power of food and nutrition can really help combat various diseases and metabolic syndromes. So to get the most out of your food, you need a good gut health. If the lining of your gut is not strong, no matter how healthy you eat, you won't be able to digest and extract the nutrition from food. So remember, guys, that well-being is not just down to gut health. It is a whole mixture of things that you need to do, a very holistic approach to a balanced health and diet, exercise, etc. So breathing is extremely important, sleeping is extremely important, hydration, nutrition, stress levels have an impact on your gut health and an impact on your well-being in general. So all need to be taken into account for good health. I hope you enjoyed today's masterclass and learned an incredible amount of things about your wonderful world of gut microbiome. This beautiful garden that you have inside of you needs to be flourished, so make sure you eat a very diverse, healthy diet. 30 plant-based foods a week is not much, trust me. And live healthy, live happy, go by your gut instinct.